Fuck you, Lords of Salem.
Fuck you. Oh, thank God I got that off my chest.
Oh my God. Oh. Like, that was... I could not believe that movie.
I mean, it was so bad, wasn't it?
Like, I didn't know what the hell was going on throughout the...
It was gross, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've never seen so many hairy, cripply, old, stretchy, saggy vaginas in my life. It's haunting.
Disgusting. One of them, I think, had Sarvin's beard growing on down there.
And I could have sworn I saw a penis, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the shittiest movie I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, we both really, really hated Lords of Salem. So, you know what? We're going to spoil the whole movie for you. We're going to tell you exactly why you should not go spend any money to go see this. If you are so desperately seeking it to see this, you know, have someone else pay for your ticket.
Or just wait until it comes out on DVD.
Or, you know what, find the freest possible, cheapest, find a better way of spending your time other than watching Lords of Salem. So, let's tell you why it sucks.
Okay, so according to the official plot synopsis, The Lords of Salem is about a girl named Heidi, aka Rob Zombie's wife, because he has to cast her in all of his movies. But anyway, Heidi is a DJ at this radio station who is a part of the Big H radio team, consisting of Heidi, a white guy named Whitey, and a big black guy named Munster.
Basically, what happens is a wooden box arrives at the radio station, and in it contains a vinyl record by a group called The Lords, who Munster then dubs them as The Lords dun, 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 of Salem, because, you know, they're in Salem, Massachusetts, so I guess so.
So for some reason, they decide to play the track on air, and that I guess resurrects some evil witches who manifest themselves through some of the women through Salem. Even though the records clearly made Heidi feel sick, while they tested it beforehand, and it's literally the shittiest record of all time.
So there you know, there's your basic plot line. So, you know, let's get some serious ranting going on here, because, you know, we both really, really did not like this movie.
It sucked.
I know, it's so bad, but, let's just rant some more on it. So, in order to, fully rant on this movie, we have to, go back to the very beginning of the film. So, this movie, it starts off with some shots or whatever, and then we just see a bunch of old ladies out in the woods, they're surrounding a fire, they're evil witches, and they're gross looking, and they do some fun things, They praise the devil, which is not a good thing to do. And
do not praise Satan.
Do not praise Satan, that's right. And, they talk to some goats, and you're like, goats are awesome. And then for some reason, one of them's just like, let's get naked. And then they rip off their clothes and dance around the fire like, ha 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 ha. Oh, I would not want to be the film crew for this. And I mean, that was really gross.
You know what was just even more gross about it? It's like, the fact that it went on for like 5 minutes. It went on longer than it needed to go on for. Like, if I just wanted to see naked old chicks for more than 5 minutes, I would just get a job at a fucking nursing home or some shit like that, Like,
and then it was just gross. And then afterwards, present time, title pops up, Lords of Salem, just abruptly out of nowhere. It doesn't make any sense why. It's just a random fucking movie.
Not to mention the music, too.
Yeah, the music was just weird. And so anyways, title pops up, then we get to see Rob Zombie's wife, Sherry Moon Zombie, because, he cast her in all his goddamn movies. And she's just there, she's lying across her bed, and she's naked. We see her backside.
I mean, it's like, we get it, Rob. You like to show off your wife in every movie you cast her in, but,
Which is every movie he's made.
Exactly.
And then for some reason, I have no clue why, Rob had to go out and do this. She goes and, puts some clothes on a bit, goes in the bathroom, and just takes a shit.
Yeah.
Why was it necessary, Rob, for us to witness her shit taking?
No doubt a symbol for things to come.
So Heidi goes and works at the station when, the record arrives. After, they test it out, they decide to play it on air with, some special guest who knows what's going on. He's like, what's up with that record, yo? And they're just like, I don't know, just some people brought it in. And then, when it's played over the air. It's just some shitty 5 notes. I don't know why any radio station would play that, you know, when they were clearly earlier in the movie playing some pretty good tunes. And, you know, when it plays on the radio, it possesses a bunch of women. And then, you know, it doesn't make Heidi feel so good. She goes back to her apartment, and she comes across 3 obviously, and I mean obviously evil people trying to, you know, form a connection with her. Like, oh, hey, Heidi, why don't you, you know, come over here? It's you know, we're good people, right?
Yeah, so, and after the little meeting with the 3 evil people, she goes home, and of course, there's this abandoned apartment room down the hall, room number 5 to be exact. The house is evil, and I guess she sees something weird about it, but anyways, that's pretty much it for that scene.
You know what, obviously, I tried to, you know, get those images out of my mind, so let's just go over the basic, you know, shit that goes down in this film.
Well, for one, the movie has kind of a bleak tone.
It's very bleak.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's...
You know what sucked, though? It didn't really show, you know, the Salem. I mean...
Yeah, like, it just showed apartments, the radio station.
We didn't get a feel of the town, you know, like in a lot of movies. I mean, I know it was like a low budget, it cost like $1.5 million, but maybe he shouldn't have spent so much time, you know, filming old naked people, and, you know, should have just, you know, gone back and, you know, got a scope of the town. I mean, there's no real establishing shots of this town. And then throughout the movie, you know, when she's back in her apartment, you know, creepy imagery, some naked, decayed, burned up body just keeps appearing, just like, we kept, you know, ranting on the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like the whole time.
Yeah, like we actually like were texting each other back and forth during the movie, like, what the fuck is this? Like,
what the
you know
hell
what
is
I mean?
going on?
But
hey, I've never wanted to walk out of a movie so bad in my life.
I think the weirdest part for me was when she was in the church and a priest forced her to give him a blowjob.
And he's just like, "You are evil. We have to vanquish the evil."
And it just turned out to be a dream, so it really wasn't.
And then, you know, she's having nightmares. She's getting haunted, and then I guess, you know, something, you know, tells her to go into that abandoned apartment thing. She goes down there. There's just, you know, she goes in there. Just a lit up red cross. You know, it's like a neon light thing. And then she goes, and then Sasquatch appears. Bigfoot.
Yeah, like it was literally, it looked like Bigfoot from behind, but we couldn't really see like what it was. It was like really dark in there, but
the movie makes no sense. It doesn't add up at all. So, you know, she's going through her job. She's getting her condition, you know, worsening. So that one special guest guy is, you know, is trying to investigate. And while this is going on, you know, her friend Whitey, the only sane person, I guess, in the movie, is, you know, trying to comfort her and stuff. And Stevie, just I don't know.
I mean,
I just don't like this movie.
Like, and obviously, as Sean said, her condition worsens throughout the whole movie, which is expected. I mean, clearly it's a horror movie.
Yeah, and you know what I don't get? Who the hell... They say it's from the Lords of Salem, this record, but who the hell, you know, was it the 3 old people? Because they clearly, you know, the 3 obviously evil witches or whatever who were descendants. You know, if the whole, you know, witch clan was murdered, are these, you know, followers of them? Do they just automatically know, hey, let's make this record because we know it's going to possess them? They don't really clarify that point in the movie. I mean...
Except for the ending concert. It's like they all, like, resurrected and they started playing the
like,
song.
when did they get... They just appeared. Did that just open the gateways to hell? I mean, what the hell is going on? It felt like one of those really shitty Hellraiser movies that doesn't make any sense with all the like weird stuff that's going on. What is Bigfoot doing in the movie? And then we get, you know, Heidi's getting haunted, and then she turns around. There's one of those evil, obviously evil old people who just like... Like, you know, Saruman's beard from earlier is Saruman's beard from earlier, and then Heidi's just like, what the hell? And of course, Rob Zombie had to, you know, she was naked. Why do I have to see that? I've seen so much naked old people that I ever care to see in my life.
Not to mention, like, I'm guessing this was Shatton himself. He was like a little fucking squid.
No.
Some shit.
No. He was like El Chupacabra, fat midget.
Yeah.
So, let's explain what happens. So,
I mean,
she's like in a weird state or whatever. The three obviously evil witches who turn out to be obviously evil, and they're just like, Satan, we love you and shit.
Yeah.
And shit, yeah, that's right. So, they take her. She's like obviously like passed out, and then she goes, into room 5. I guess it's a warp zone now. Because she obviously appears in like a completely different location. And
it was like a cathedral or some shit.
Yeah, it was like a cathedral. And the music's just like, the music from the trailer is all trying to be immaculate imagery that zombies, trying to craft.
I mean, it didn't look horrible.
Yeah, it was an epic moment. Like, okay, you have an epic moment like that, you got the music. Pretty good. Kind of reminded me of Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
A bit with The Shining mixed in. I think that's what Zombie was going for. Which moments like that weren't terrible in the movie. I mean, just a lot of the other stuff was just... It didn't really have focus at all. Yeah. It was just like, let's jump over here. Let's do this. It's different from, like, all his other films.
Yeah.
Obviously. I mean, you don't really have any... I mean, you have the crazy people, obviously. They're evil. But you don't have the really forced, dialogue like, hey, Myers. Like, I'm going to use this example from, Rob Zombie's Halloween. Hey, Myers, you think your mom would suck my dick for a quarter, then let me suck her tits? Like, you don't have that kind of Rob Zombie dialogue in here. And
like, in this movie, The Lords of Salem, it looked like no one had a great time filming it. But in, like, Halloween, the remake, it seemed like people had some fun recording it.
Yeah, this isn't a fun zombie film.
Like, no, it was just really weird with a terrible plot. I mean...
I would have liked to see the witches, they come back and they just unleash all hell,
Yeah, exactly.
I was expecting like an R-rated Hocus Pocus where they really, lost their shit, not just like the psychological torturing of a character, which could have been cool if done right, but it doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, we should also point out that the reason they're targeting Heidi is because she is a descendant of the guy who's responsible for killing the witches.
Reverend John Hawthorne.
Hawthorne.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
I guess the reason the track was there is because in his diary he wrote down 5 notes. And
yes.
I guess that brought him back to life. I don't know why, and I don't care. Brought him, and then she's a Heidi. I guess the thing is, it was a curse or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head.
Yeah.
We obviously just stopped caring about, editing, but... So the curse is, like, off the top... let me go off the top of my head. Help me out here, Steven.
Like, what are you talking... Like, are you
the
talking
curse,
about,
the curse...
The curse of the witch?
The witches. The witches' burning scenes are graphic intense. I'll give them that. Which,
yeah, I mean, it looks realistic.
Yeah.
But,
the movie still sucks.
Really gross, because... Saruman's beard.
So, don't bring up Saruman's beard. How about I just had a Saruman symbol right here, like in this general area. Just
review.
Just imagine that. So, anyways, there was a curse of one of the witches. Was it Morgan? Margaret Morgan? Yeah, it was Margaret Morgan or something like that. So, the curse was that your aunt's John Hawthorne, your descendants are going to be cursed, and one of them's going to resurrect us and father the Antichrist. So, you get ready for that, people, because
yeah. Now I remember why I thought squid, because Heidi gave birth to a squid during the end.
Like the squid from Men in Black. I swear to God, I just kept thinking, congratulations, it's a squid. So, anyways, she goes into that. Let's go back to the apartment thing. So, the 3 witches are just like, Satan, we are ready, and then like they take Heidi. And then her face is painted with a symbol or whatever. I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? Like, I swear. So she goes in there. That's where the epic imagery happens with the music. And I was like, oh, here you go. This is an epic shot.
It's about time.
Yeah, this is where the epicness... I'm like, okay, shots like this are cool. They're really memorable. And then, all of a sudden, I just see... I think it's Shaitan.
Shaitan, yeah.
Shaitan, we call him.
I believe it's Shaitan.
A combination of shit and Satan.
Yeah.
And... It's like a midget. The only way to describe it is a midget Chupacabra. This is the image of it
Husky
right here.
midget or something.
This is the image of it right here, Right here. So, he's the midget Chupacabra, and then it's just like... This was actually really funny. We were laughing our asses off here, and then all of a sudden it just pauses, and it makes this hilarious sound effect like. And then all of a sudden these tentacleized things come and they just like grab. I don't know if they grab her or they just like appear, and it's just so damn funny.
Like if you guys watch Futurama, think of it as Zoidberg, like the sound he makes when he's like pissed off.
Just
like it was kind of like that, except just
it's like the dung sound from like a trailer, like a dung mixed with Zoidberg. Just think of that sound effect.
Pretty much. It's exactly.
The midget El Chupacabra was like there. It's just like, shh. Then she comes out. I guess she's been, raped. And then later on, the one guy from radio is like, what was up with that whole thing? Oh, I get it. They're evil. I'm gonna go over and check on Heidi. 3 witches, 3 obviously evil witch bitches who I hated and never were killed off in the damn movie. They kill, our.
What they killed off though?
They killed off
at the very end.
They killed off the author with a pot or a pan, whatever.
I believe
it was a pan, bitch.
I believe it was a pan.
I believe it was a pan. He's just killed.
Yeah.
His wife never does anything towards it. And then Whitey goes up there. And he's just like, hey, we're gonna go to the concert, Heidi. And now this is the concert, I guess.
Wait for me outside.
Wait for me outside. Yeah, this is the concert by the Lords of Salem or whatever. This is like the big reveal.
The Lords.
The Lords, like their resurrection or whatever. So he goes there, and then the witch is like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't go there. Don't let her go. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, witches. I hate these damn people. Rob Zombie, I'll give him credit. He's very good at creating characters you hate. I mean, like,
yeah, that's for sure.
He's not very good at creating characters you like.
I hated almost every character.
He's very good at creating characters to hate. Very good. I'll give him credit for that. These witch bitches, like the modern witches, the 3 of them, they were annoying. I hate them. I wanted to see them die. Did you want to see them die?
Of course I did. I think the only character I liked was Whitey.
Yeah, and he was just like, what? He clearly was. He must have taken something while filming.
He was like stoned like half the movie.
Yeah, he was obviously stoned half the movie. So they go to this concert, whatever, and you get your epic imagery or whatever with Heidi.
Again, the concert looked alright too.
Yeah, it was just really white. I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then the dead witches somehow were resurrected. I have no clue. Was there a portal open? Because we clearly saw a warp zone earlier from like door 5. Were they the manifestations? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense, Steven. It doesn't make any sense at all.
I didn't know what was going on, to be honest.
I really do not like this movie, and it's really, this is where the really gross imagery happens. I mean, there's
dildos.
I think it's their dicks or dildos.
It's
bloody cock.
It's definitely dildos. I'm pretty
sure they were filming, but
yeah, but
guys with masks,
implied as their penises and their master. There's girls doing that too, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure. Like fat old women.
Rob Zombie's wife starts riding a goat, and then hanging out with some rockers or whatever, and a bunch of fat naked people. Their faces are covered up, but you see everything. I'm like, Zombie, please get them off screen. I don't want to look anymore. I was like ready. I'm like, when does this movie end? When does it end? When does it end? I'm looking at my imaginary watch, but I'm really looking at my phone. I'm just like, I want to walk out so bad. And I'm just like, but no. Never give up, never surrender. This movie is the closest I've come to walking out of a film.
I was about to ask Sean, do you just want to leave?
But then we wouldn't have known what would happen. But we can't just give up.
It'd probably be better off if we didn't know what would happen. But
no, I never give up. We stuck through it, and congratulations, Steven.
Thank
stuck
you,
through
you
it.
too, Sean.
So the end of the movie makes no fucking sense. She gives birth to a squid. She's on a rock, and the witches are just like, Oh, also we should point out earlier in the movie they did the same thing, I guess, but it really wasn't the Antichrist. They licked a baby. Remember the baby that was born earlier in the movie?
No, they spit on it.
Yeah, they spit on it. Puh. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's not even humane.
Well, they're witches. They're evil. They're fucking.
Okay, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, obviously that's.
Oh look, a newborn baby. Let's fucking spit on it.
Yeah, and then they just. You know what? We should really kind of start to wrap this up a bit. So anyways, she gives birth to the Antichrist, and then, like, I guess she's the Virgin Mary now, and that's the symbolism zombies going for. She's standing on top of a mountain of, like, naked, fat people.
Yeah.
Old, naked,
dead fat people, too.
Yeah, dead ones. She's just standing there. She's got, you know, the hood on and everything, and she's just, like, standing there, like, posing for a picture, and just, like... And then it just cuts off. I'm just like...
That's it.
Written by Rob Zombie, and I'm just like, you're really ending your fucking movie there? This is worse than, you know... There was a miniseries that came out a few years ago called Revelation. 7 parts. Epic, 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 and then it just fucking ends in a terrible way. I'm just like, that's really... And then, they, you know, they have, like, of course, the broadcasting. No one was ever seen again. Whatever happened to all these people who disappeared? And just, like, written, directed by Rob Zombie, I'm just like... Oh god, there's so much symbolism. Like film brain, symbolism. Too much damn symbolism. We should also point out, like, during the movie, we just kept, every time, like, something went wrong, we'd always be like, a family picture.
A family picture.
Someone should plaster the logo on that for the movie. The Lords of Salem, a family picture.
Family picture.
Kind of like we're nostalgic now. But anyways, let's wrap this shit up. We hated the movie.
Yeah. 0 stars out of 5.
0 stars. I give it maybe a half a star out of 5. I'm not...
You're being generous, man.
That's being generous. I mean, no likable characters.
Except for Whitey, but then again, I didn't really like him either.
He was just okay. Gross, disgusting imagery. A plot that doesn't make sense. I think Zombie kind of stole from The Shining, where it's like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
I bet you if Roger Ebert was still alive to review this movie,
he would have hated it.
He would have hated it.
But, you know,
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. I loved Ebert. Ebert was the best.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Just...
Anyways, so, 0 out of 5, half out of 5 for him.
Fuck Lords of Salem. I commend Zombie for doing something different from his normal stuff, but this movie was just awful on all accounts.
There's some memorable imagery, but there's also some nasty shit.
Yeah, so I guess we're on to our, you know, final thoughts of the film. Of course, we've already pretty much established our final thoughts in it, but we're just going to wrap this up by saying, don't see this movie. I know it's probably going to make you want to see it, and then you're just going to come out of the theater. We were in the theater, there was a lot of Rob Zombie fans there, and even, like, most of them were just like, what? Let's put in, you know, Devil's Rejects. Much better film. Much better than this.
Yeah, like, actually I saw a couple of my friends there. We ended up sitting with them. And after the movie, like they're, like, diehard Rob Zombie fans, and then they're just like, what was that? Like...
What the hell is going on here?
I don't...
Alright, well, thanks for watching. Fuck this movie. Damn it.
Shatton.